Who is your favorite Ben 10 alien and why? My favorite would have to be Upgrade. I always thought it was cool when he took over physical objects and controlled them. He's my favorite too. He is basically something to come out of Transformers due to his ability to enhance technology. Ditto. Upgrade is an underrated alien. I'd choose him over 4 Arms any day. It was kinda disappointing when Ben would choose 4 Arms all the time. Well, 4 Arms has super strength and is a fighter and is the reason why Ben overuses him. Upgrade on the other hand is more versatile, unique, and a much cooler alien. Ghost Freak was always cool to me. I liked how Ben only used him when necessary because he couldn't be controlled. There was also the arc where Ghost Freak escaped the Omnitrix and did some evil things. He became legitimately terrifying. Dude, I remember watching every single one of those episodes. TBF. Ben 10 is pretty underrated. I think it seems that way a bit, but it also has a ton of sequels and at least one reboot. I think Cartoon Network knew it was popular. Or the toys sold well. Haven't seen the reboot. The sequel wasn't too shabby. Alien X because he reminds me of the living tribunal with the 3 personalities. Crazy to think there are entire species of Alien X. They live outside of time and space or something. Nah, because pretty sure the plot was it was used to preserve extinct species. Alien X? Nah, you see multiple celestial sapiens in Ultimate Alien and Omniverse. Oh wait, it was preserve them in case they went extinct. I think it has a little bit of DNA of like everything. Big Chill to the shit. The way he keeps saying Big Chill is so fitting. He can go invisible and fly through stuff along with freezing it, and the ultimate form is so badass. Ice so cold that it burns. His voice kind of reminds me in some way like Batman. Swamp Fire. Because it's plant life controlling its flames. The one thing our trees can burn from. Think about it. It uses its own oxygen to create fire and uses it as a weapon. Diversion or otherwise. Anyone who think it's a replacement to the popular Heat Blast should know that Heat Blast relies on the oxygen of a planet, whereas Swamp Fire is a tree that is a talking flamethrower. A reason why I don't make fun of Swamp Fire and the species. He's Groot. But with fire. I know. But this race doesn't need weapons. They are the weapons. Invasion forces require fleets and combined arms. They do fit the ground forces. But interstellar travel is a requirement really for an invasion fleet. Not to mention the fighters and bombers. But they can save a fortune on ground vehicles and such. Diamond Head is the right answer. Cool in all aspects. Diamond Head is a classic. Diamond Head is a gem. Take your upvote and get out. Diamonds forever, but honorable mention to Speed 1. He's pretty great, by favorite one that Ben uses through most of the shows. Cannon Bolt. It would be so tough just rolling around everywhere and knocking shit down. I loved how they showed just how skilled and adaptable Ben could be. Especially with Cannon Bolt. Just his form was incredibly disorienting for Ben at first, and by the end of the episode he had it down for the most part. And the bad guys in that episode were hella cool. Am I the only one that likes Ripjaws? Original design. Of course. Finally someone else who loves Ripjaws. XLR8 is my personal favorite, but the lack of Ripjaws in this thread is disheartening. Yes. My 2 favorite characters too. I used to have one of those toy Ben 10 watches that cycled through the characters, and Ripjaw and XLR8 were my all-time favorite. They were the ones where I tried most to close my eyes and press it, hoping I would turn into them XD. Wrath. Let me tell you something. Wrath will give you his upvote. LOL, how is his catchphrase not a popular meme? It deserves more attention. Let me tell you something, Tiger King 3000. Me and my friends yell his catchphrase every time we have an argument because it causes everyone to burst into laughter. Wrath makes me want to grab a bucket of popcorn and watch what happens. Kevin Lavin. U/BioStrike 14. Okay. Yeah. Me too. Up Chuck. He is a good boy. His appearance in the movie was awesome. Ultimate Humongousaur looked pretty cool. Diamond Head all-time favorite. Dude defeated Vilgax in the Vengeance of Vilgax. Diamond Head was 4 arms but useful. Ha ha ha, spot on. Anyone remember Z's scare? The one even Ben could anti-control? That time was really lit. I was so scared but also immersed at the same time. That guy gave me goosebumps for how creepy he looked. Where's the love for Stinkfly in this thread? I like his design. But I never really dig the Omnitrix position, which is in the middle of his face. I thought it was his eye at first. But turns out those 4 protrusions are. So it looks like a weird nose. Later designs made the position better. Imo. Ultimate Big Chill. He looked very cool with those red wings. When Ben's Ultimate Big Chill went into breeding season, that episode was unironically lit for some reason. I didn't knew WTF was going on in that episode cause I was a kid, but now I understand it, lol. Benwolf was really cool and never got enough attention. His name is actually Blitzwolfer. It was Benwolf at first, but in Omniverse he changed it to Blitzwolfer because of Kai. To be honest, I hate the fact that they changed some of their names. Now, Frankenstrike is miles better than a lazy ass name like Ben Victor. Wild Mutt. I just love dogs. Covered in fur and uses echolocation instead of eyes. I loved the idea that the species came from a very cold and dark planet. Oh no no no. Wild Mutt could see through smell. Those were nostrils. I'm not entirely sure about that. I think it is a mixture of both. Cause of the sound they play when he listens. Sort of a sonar sound. When Ben got a cold, his nostrils were blocked and he couldn't see. I love Big Chill. I love how versatile he is with his powers. And he looks so mysterious with his cloak wings. Finally someone appreciates Big Chill. I really liked the aliens from the first season of Ultimate Alien that were kidnapped by that guy from the other galaxy. It was just such a different type of threat to anything we'd seen before to that point. And it was a legitimately interesting storyline, at least it was when I was 10. I just realized it's been ages since I've seen Ben 10. Same. I liked the arc too. Because if I recall correctly, most of the aliens don't want to join Ben 2. They're kind of like fugitives. And it makes the situation more tense. Their activities and whereabouts before capture were interesting too. The most notable to me was Armadillo being a pet to an alien rat and the Knights. It ties into previous lore. Armadillo, he was probably the one I felt for the most during that arc. Him and the tortoise, who was from a race of pacifists who didn't even know the concept of lying. The radiation guy was just kind of an asshole though. It's gonna sound dumb but way big. I thought it was so cool as a kid. I especially loved when he became ultimate way big to fight Vilgax. This is not a dumb choice. He is pretty OP. If Ultraman is cool, he is cool too. Ultimate Echo was the GOAT. Especially in that episode where Ben confronts insane Kevin and when Gwen goes to stop him he says, "Yeah, I lied." 11-year-old me though, that was the most badass boast ever. I enjoyed his auto-tuned Daft Punk and Soundwave-like voice. I wish I sounded like that in real life. You are the second person that asked this question on Reddit, and I will say gray matter again because he has the chance of getting into small holes. Screw Diamond Head. Wow, this is a coincidence, and I'm being honest, I didn't know another person already asked the question. And also I am being shown a lot more Ben 10 related posts lately. with me recently rewatching it being a coincidence. Where does one watch Ben 10? XLR8 is probably my favorite. I always loved how fast he was. Since I am pretty fast too. Plus, he looks cool as hell. Is it me or did his voice in the OX series sound like the Transformers movie version of Starscream? I have a feeling they could have the same voice actor. I don't remember how any of them sound. But I do remember his voice was squeaky robotic. His squeaky robotic voice was probably only used in the 4th series. But I like that subtle buzzing sound whenever he speaks. The only one I remember is the Human Torch looking guy from the original series. I think his name is Heat Blast. But yeah, he is very cool. I loved the episode where Ben had a cold. Heat Blast became Ice Blast. And Four Arms got hives. And Wild Mutt got mucus gills. I need to rewatch this show. HBO Max and Hulu. Sadly, Alien Force and Ultimate Alien are missing from Hulu. I think they might have expired. I saw them on the platform last time I used it. Feedback. He's cool. And manipulation of energy is another plus point. Can run lightning fast on electrical wires. He reminds me of Thor but with a Deadpool-like personality. Ghost Freak or Wild Mutt? Honestly, they both just look so cool. Both Alien X and Ultimate Echo. Alien X is pretty cool emo. I remember when X equals Ben plus 2 came out and seeing Alien X finally appear made me feel really excited and how awesome I thought it was that he rewound the water. Then in the Omniverse episode Universe vs. Tennyson when Ben finally took control of Alien X. I lost my mind during that fight. For Ultimate Echo I like his design. I remember waiting for what seemed like forever for him to finally appear on Ultimate Alien. Ultimate Echo is one of my favorite aliens if we are counting Ultimates. Not only does he have a beautiful Daft Punk and Soundwave-like voice and Black Manta and Iron Man-like appearance, but is so powerful and badass with his ability to use his sonic discs. The fact that he beat ULT Kevin in a fight proves how up he is. That was such a good scene when Gwen was like, "You said you weren't gonna kill him." And Ben as Stone Cold Ultimate Echo just says, "Yeah, I lied." If you don't say Four Arms, you are entitled to your wrong opinion. Four Arms was definitely Ben's favorite, that's for sure. The number of times he tried to turn into Four Arms and the Omnitrix said, "Bitch please go play with gray matter or SMTH" was funny. Wild Mutt. He was always my favorite in the hospital when I was dealing with cancer. Hope you're doing better now.